All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with Speed Racing League. So here we are in race number 12. We are at Pocono this evening. Hope everybody is having a good night. We have got your proud sponsors of Speed Racing League. You have Simbox, Beer Street Journal, and Max Graphics. I'm Mark with Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. So we are in practice still, getting ready to go and start qualifying. So if everyone would stand up, hands over your hearts, we are going to listen to our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you guys. If anybody stood up when the hands over the hearts for that one, love listening to our national anthem. Like I said, we are here in Pocono with the wonderful guys from Speed Racing League. Now, all this action is brought to us by Max Graphics, the Beer Street Journal, and Simbox. And right now, we are going through our qualifying, getting everybody where they should be. right. Well, I see we already have 4 viewers out there with us on screen. Thank you guys for showing up. We are still in the qualifying stage. We should be out of that pretty shortly. And then we will have our starting order, and we will get the green flag racing. Now, I love Pocono Raceway. Definitely is one of my favorite. I know a lot of drivers, love Pocono as well. All right, so here we are. We have our starting order out. So first place, we're going to have Mr. Anthony Musatti. Second is Ryan Dingler. Martin Plute in third. Drew Eisenman in fourth. Grant Peterson in fifth. Christopher Darling in sixth. Barrett Morton in seventh. Matt Cherry in eighth. Michael Mooney in ninth. Ben Mashburn in 10th. TJ Allman in 11th. Josh McDougall in 12th. Mark McFadden in 13th. Stan Hausman in 14th. Devin Pirog in 15th. Josh Emerson in 16th. Carlton Charles in 17th. Anthony Rayner in 18th. Dylan Smith in 19th. Mike Morkert in 20th. Robert Anderson in 21st. Doug Milner in 22nd. And Tim Branson in 23rd. That's our starting order for this evening. Now we are about to go green flag racing here at the Tricky Triangle, Pocono. Everybody is gridding in. So for anybody who doesn't know, Pocono is one of NASCAR's largest speedways. And Pocono is still one of our independently owned NASCAR tracks. So everybody should be starting on our formation lap right now. Right, everybody is getting into position, ready to go green flag racing. We have a 50-lap race this evening. Now, Pocono is a 2.5 mile long. So that is a relatively shorter race, but still should have a lot of good action here for you this evening. All right, well, here we are, green flag racing. Finally here at Pocono. This is Speed Racing League. Taking on the tricky triangle this evening. You got Anthony Mussati in first, Ryan Dingler in second, Martin Plute in third. You got a 2 wide. You got Drew Eisenman in the 77 and number 52 of Grant Peterson fighting for that fourth. You got Christopher Darling in fifth, fighting with that number 19 of Barrett Morton. You got Ben Mashburn in eighth, Josh McDougall in ninth. So you guys got a good little bit of pack racing. You got some 2 wide action here. Anthony Mussati taking off a little bit on that first spot there, trying to get a little bit of room in between him and everybody. Now then, you got a good little bit of pack racing right behind him. You got the Hex Armor number 8, along with the number 4 Twisted Steel Stake Appeal of Martin Plute. All right, now let's get on and let's check, see if we can see a little bit of these cars this evening. You got the Quick Pits number 49, Camaro of Anthony Mussati, followed by the Hex Armor number 8 of Ryan Dingler. The Twisted Steel Stake Appeal number 4 of Martin Plute. Drew Eisenman in the Eisen Designs number 77. Grant Peterson in the High Point Toyota number 52. Christopher Darling rocking that Max Graphics machine, Toyota number 11. Barrett Morton in the Spear Crest, number 19. Oh, had a little bit of action right there. But here we are, 4 laps in out of 50. Still got Anthony Mussati in that first spot. Ryan Dingler in second. Now these guys are inline racing. You got the number 8, number 4, and the number 49. You got Grant Peterson following up right behind them, catching up. All right, you got the 77 and the 11 of Christopher Darling. So you got Drew Eisenman in the 6th position, Chris Darling in the 7th, Ben Mashburn in 8th with his Michael Jordan number 23, Josh McDougall in the number 45, McDonald's Toyota. You also got the Lowe's Cobalt number 48. Looks like TJ Allman, what had happened? TJ Allman went into pit. Uh-oh, looks like he took some damage. I'm going to go ahead and rewind that. Well, it looks like going into pit lane. Ooh, okay. Not the smoothest entry into pit lane, but hopefully everything is good for Mr. TJ Allman. But we're going to come back up front. Again, still got Anthony Mussati leading in the front there. Now, we are already 6 laps in out of 50. And from what I'm seeing, these guys are getting about 30 to 36 laps on fuel. So we should, if we do not see any cautions this evening, we should see a round of green flag pit. Ryan Dingler's still back in the 8th. I'm going through to check out the field, see if we have any. Everybody seems to be nice and spread out at the moment. So 7 laps in out of 56 viewers on the stream. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Kind of checking these guys out, going through our field. Still got the Liquid Death of Mike Morkert out there. Still one of my favorite schemes. You got Dylan Smith in 19th, Tim Branson in 18th. So we have our first caution of the evening. Caution brought to us tonight by Max Graphics. Let's go ahead and check out and see what happened. Looks like it says Carlton Charles has crashed. I'm going to go ahead and check. And see if we can't see what happened there. Looks like he got a little tight on that turn. And was not able to direct where he was going. Went right into the barriers by pit lane. Right up into the middle. Does he bring anybody along with him? I don't think so. Well, that is that action. So we are under our first caution of the evening. 11, the Wonder Bread, number 6 of Doug Milner. Good old times. So under our first caution of the evening, we still have Anthony Musati in first, Ryan Dingler in second, Martin Plute in third, Grant Peterson in fourth, Drew Eisenman is in fifth, Ben Mashburn in sixth, Christopher Darling in seventh, Matt Cherry is in eighth, Josh McDougall in ninth, Michael Mooney rounding out our top 10. Stan Hausman is in 11th, Devin Pirog in 12th, Josh Emerson in 13th, Mark McFadden in 14th, Doug Milner in 15th, Tim Branson in 16th, Dylan Smith is in 17th, Mike Morkert in 18th, Barrett Morton in 19th, Robert Anderson in 20th, Anthony Rayner in 21st, Carlton Charles in 22nd, and TJ Allman in 23rd. 7 viewers out there on the stream with us. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Means a lot to us to have you guys in here. So our pace car lights are off. Means we should be getting ready to go back green flag racing. Now we are 9 laps out of 50 here in Pocono. So while we wait for the pace car to go off the track, let us see, did anybody take the pit? Does not look like it. Everybody has been out on the track. Decided not to utilize that caution as a pit. All right, so here we are back, green flag racing with Speed Racing League at Pocono. Green flags are brought to us by the Beer Street Journal. If anybody wants to know anything about beer, please go to the Beer Street Journal's website. They are the beer lover's paradise, full of news, upcoming, and anything you can think of. And if you have any questions. But restarting off of that caution, we still have Anthony Mussatti is taking that first place. Ryan Dingler is very close in second, 0.3 of a second away. You got Grant Peterson, same distance behind him in third. You got the number 4 of Martin Plute looking like he is trying to take that third position. So they're going to have a 2-wide battle for that third, along with the 77 of Eisenman right there behind him. You also got, you got Eisenman, and everyone is pushing on. Looks like the 23 of Ben Mashburn is kind of giving a little bit of assist there. Now, I couldn't tell you what is going to be the dominant lane here tonight. Looks like it is a toss-up, but we are 11 laps here out of 50. Going strong with these guys. Mussatti's still in that first. Dingler has fallen back a little bit, about 0.6 of a second, back to the second position. Grant Peterson's a little bit back behind him. And all my gaps here are up on the screen if you guys want to see that. Drew Eisenman still sticking strong. Looks like everybody migrated to the bottom lane except for the very few. And they are switching it up as they go into the turn. Getting the most bang for their buck out of Pocono tonight. Got some exciting stuff. You got the number 52 of Grant Peterson. He is trying to work his way up. Everybody is picking back up to Mr. Mussatti in that first position. Drew Eisenman at 77. Now he is in 5th with Mashburn right behind him in 6th. Matt Cherry in 7th. Looks like you got a 2-wide going back here to your 10th position. You got the 2-wide between the number 80 of Michael Mooney and Stan Hausman in that Beer Street Journal number 39. 7 viewers out there with us on the stream. Thank you, guys. Going to go ahead and come back up to our number 11, Max Graphics Machine. Looks like he is inching his way up to the 48 of Matt Cherry. Looks like he might want to put Cobalt in the dust with his number 11 Max Graphics Toyota. Max Graphics is a proud sponsor of the Speed Racing League. Now here we are, 14 laps in. Cherry decided to kick right back in front of him with Chris sitting back a little bit. Looks like he might be biding his time. Now they still do have plenty of racing left to go here in Pocono. You got Josh McDougall is in your 9th place. Michael Mooney is in 10th. You got a decent little bit of fighting for your later positions in there. Looks like we do have a blinker, unfortunately. But you got the Budweiser number 61. He is blinking in and out of reality. Let's move up to Tim Branson in the number 92 NOS Monster or NOS Mobile, along with Mark McFadden in that number 22. And Barrett Morton in the number 19. Along with the one and only Doug Milner in the Wonder Bread number 6. Doing a heck of a job getting back up the field a little bit. Robert W. Anderson in the Corn Flakes number 5. Now you got Stan Hausman at number 39, Beer Street Journal, leading Devin Pirog and Michael Mooney on a merry little chase. Looks like they are tight to fight for that 10th position. Josh McDougall in the number 45 McDonald's, right behind Christopher Darling in the 11 Max Graphic, who's still following Matt Cherry in that number 48. Ben Mashburn ahead of them in the Air Jordan number 23. Martin Plute, your Twisted Steel Steak of Peel, number 4 Camaro. Drew Eisenman in the Eisen Designs, number 77 Mustang. It looks like TJ Allman is out of pit. Is he? Yes, he is. But he unfortunately is a few laps down. Looks like he had some damage to repair. You still got Musati leading everyone in that number 49. Followed by Ryan Dingler in the number 8 Hex Armor Camaro. And then you got the High Point, number 52 of Grant Peterson. Now we are 17 laps in here in Pocono. All right, we have our second caution of the evening. Looks like Tim Branson may have crashed. So we're going to come and check out this, see what happened. Ooh, looks like he got tight on that turn and took the Geico restart zone wall. And got into a little bit of a spin there. Hopefully not causing too much damage to the car. So he did not take the pit. So he is out there back driving on his own. So here we are, 2 cautions in, 19 out of 50 laps. So it looks like our guys are go ahead and taking to the pits, go ahead and getting their pit stops knocked out, getting some fresh feel goods and some fresh fuel. Looks like Michael Mooney has stayed out along with Josh Emerson. So here we are, 20 laps in. Pace car lights are still on under our second caution of the evening. You've got the number 80 of Michael Mooney in your first position, followed by Josh Emerson, the number 73, Firestone. Anthony Musatti is in third, along with Barrett Morton, and at number 19. Grant Peterson is in fifth. Ryan Dingler in sixth. Drew Eisenman in seventh. Martin Plute in eighth. Matt Cherry in ninth. Ben Mashburn wrapping up our top 10 with Christopher Darling right behind him in 11th. Josh McDougall in 12th. Stan Hausman in 13th. Robert Anderson in 14th. Devin Pirog in 15th. Doug Milner in 16th. Anthony Rayner in 17th. Dylan Smith in 18th. Mike Morkred in 19th. Tim Branson in 21st. TJ Allman in 22nd. Carlton Charles is in 23rd. Come back up to the front, checking out our pit, our caution flag. Our pace car lights are out. All right. Now we are waiting for our pace car. We are back green flag racing here in Pocono, lap 22 out of 50, very close to the halfway point. Now we have 7 viewers out there on the stream. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Got a good little bit of pack racing. Looks like the number 8 might have done a little bit of scrubbing, but did not cause anything to happen. We've got Anthony Musatti back up in our first position, followed by Michael Mooney in second, Barrett Morton in third, Josh Emerson in fourth, Ryan Dingler in fifth. Now these guys do have quite a bit of 2-wide racing going on. Don't believe this is going to be a race that you're going to see very much 3-wide action. All right, looks like we have our third caution of the evening, 23 laps in. Looks like Grant Peterson might have had a little bit of an issue there. It looks like he was in the middle of a good pack, but it was not Grant Peterson. Looks like it was that the 73, but it caused him to set into a spin. We do have 8 viewers out there on the stream. Thank you guys for showing up. So we are right at halfway through the race. Third caution flag is out. Again, caution flags are brought to us tonight by Max Graphics, proud sponsor of the Speed Racing League and the Speed Cup Series. Hey, Grant Peterson, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, boss man. Well, while we are under our third caution of the evening, wanted to bring you up to see how you fared in all of that. See how you were doing.
Sitting 21st right now after getting spun after a poor strategy call. That's about it.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what he was. I don't know what he had to gain from that.
I don't think it was anything to gain. It might have been a loss of control from the way I saw it. I was just checking on you, making sure you were okay, seeing if you saw anything that we did not.
Other than a poor pit strategy call, nothing else.
Okay. Well, we will not keep you too long. We're going to go back green flag racing here. So good luck with the rest of the tricky triangle tonight.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. So it looks like he fared decently in that. He has already taken the pits. He is back out and getting in position. So we are following our pace car. Lights are off. Hopefully we will get back green flag racing and have a decent little clean and green streak. But we are halfway through the race already. But I guess it would be another time to call out our wonderful sponsors here in Speed Racing League. We have Max Graphic, the Beer Street Journal, and Simbach. Six viewers out there on the stream. Thank you guys for coming in, checking us out. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves this evening. All right, we are back green flag racing. Green flags tonight brought to us by the Beer Street Journal. So we have Anthony Musati in that first position. Barrett Morton and Ryan Dingler are battling it for your second. And fourth caution flag is out. All right, so it looks like Doug Milner, our number 6 car, went a little low. He might have lost a little bit of control. Ooh, right into that 44. Brings him back up after Grant Peterson just got back into the race. He got spun around. And then the number 6 looks to have lost a little bit more control. Almost drug in the 92 of Tim Branson, but did not. Let's go back live, check out where we are. All right, pace car lights are still on. We are 24 laps to go here in Pocono. And, you know, I guess it is called the Tricky Triangle for a reason. All right, well, we have 6 viewers out there with us on the stream. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Hope everybody is enjoying their Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday, last day of the week. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and has some good stuff planned. So our current lineup is the 49 of Anthony Musati in first, Ben Mashburn in second, Ryan Dingler in third, Drew Eisenman in fourth, Josh McDougall in fifth, Christopher Darling is in sixth, Robert Anderson is in seventh, Martin Clute in eighth, Stan Hausman in ninth, Matt Cherry in 10th, Anthony Rayner in 11th, Devin Pirog is in 12th, Mike Morkrid in 13th, Michael Mooney in 14th, Barrett Martin in 15th, Josh Emerson in 16th, Mark McFadden in 17th, Doug Milner in 18th, Tim Branson in 19th, Dylan Smith in 20th, Grant Peterson in 21st, and Carlton Charles is in 22nd. Now we are under our fourth caution. 22 laps to go here at the Tricky Triangle. All right, well, we are back green flag racing. 21 laps to go in the beautiful state of Pennsylvania. Five viewers out there with us on the stream. Anthony Musati is in first, Ryan Dingler in second, Ben Mashburn in third, Drew Eisenman in fourth. Let me go to one of my favorite cams. I love the chopper cam. Josh McDougall in fifth, Christopher Darling in sixth. Now looks like you have a little bit of two wide racing. Sort of a zipper going on. You got the number 8, the number 77 of Eisenman. Whoa. Lost a little bit of control. Means the 23 is falling back of Ben Mashburn a little bit. Everybody is falling into a good bit of single file now. We have still got Anthony Musati in that first position with Dingler right behind him. Now he has got about a 0.3 of a second lead over Ryan. And Drew Eisenman is right behind him. Now it looks like everybody is still getting back up there, trying to take over that first spot from Mr. Musati. We've got a good little pack up there at the front. Now, like the first real gap might be between Stan Hausman and Michael Mooney. Everyone else is about 3 to 4/10 of a second behind that first position. along with TJ Allman. Carlton Charles is 11 laps down, but still on the track going strong. 18 laps to go, and thought he has fallen back to that third position with Ryan Diggler in first, along with Verizon in second. Musati and Eisenman are battling it out for that second position. Good little bit of side-by-side racing. And is Christopher Darling thinking about possibly taking it 3 wide? I hope so. Looks like Musati is falling back a little bit more. Eisenman taking that second spot back. Now him and number 11 of Christopher Darling are just about side by side. 2 wide for your third spot. Followed very closely by the number 45 McDonald's of Josh McDougall. And the number 5 of Robert Anderson, giving him a little bit of notice. Oh, and he just turned him sideways. We are under our 5th caution of the evening. Now, I know we saw that live, but I'm going to go ahead and check back with that. Now, that might not have been intentional. He might have just lost a little bit, but unfortunately, that number 45 did drag in the number 4 into that, Martin Plute, but he looks to have corrected it pretty quickly. Hey, Josh, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, Mark, how's it going, man?
Hey, not too bad. We kind of saw that live, and then we went back to it on replay. Is everything good with you on the race front, sir? Did we miss something?
It's a little frustrating. I just went back and saw it, and it looks like he just I don't think I think I stayed in my line. I don't think I crossed in front of him at all.
No, from the look of what we saw, is it looks like he might have just misread the distance, and looks like he was trying to get behind you.
Yeah, it took behind me, yeah.
But
yeah,
he kind of tapped you a little bit.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's racing. It's the first time we've been wrecked out like this whole season, so I think I consider myself pretty lucky, honestly. So
and
you upset.
You handled it good, you know. I like the fact that you're not like You know, some people would get really mad, but I am glad you didn't, and I'm glad that this was the first time all season you've been having some good racing this season. So we're not going to keep you too long. Yeah, and you know, I like to bring you guys in, kind of get a little bit of perspective. But I will let you back up. I'm didn't mean to drag you down too long, but get ahead, get back to racing, and good luck for the rest of the race.
No worries. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, we are 15 laps to go here at Pocono. We have got our pace car lights are still on. 5th caution of the evening. Now, we do have 7 people enjoying our stream with us tonight. Thank you, guys. All right, well, our pace car lights are off, which means we are 1 lap from getting back into the green flag. All right, so our pace car is off the track, hitting that restart zone, going back green flag racing. Now, we do have 13 laps to go here in Pocono with the Speed Racing League. 7 viewers out there with us on stream. Thank you guys for showing up. Looks like Musati in that 49 is taking up to Dingler in the number 8. Looks like he might be trying to get his position back. You still got Eisenman fighting him for that second spot. All right, so we do have 12 more laps in tonight's action. Still got Dingler in first, Anthony Musati in second, Drew Eisenman in third, Ben Mashburn back in fourth, Christopher Darling in fifth, Stan Hausman in sixth, Matt Cherry in seventh, Barrett Morton in eighth, Robert Anderson in ninth, Devin Pirog rounding out our top 10, Michael Mooney in 11th, Josh Emerson in 12th, Mark McFadden in 13th, Martin Plute in 14th, Doug Milner in 15th, Tim Branson in 16th, Mike Morkrid in 17th, Josh McDougall in 18th, Carlton Charles in 19th, Anthony Rayner in 20th, and Dylan Smith looks like Dylan Smith is in the pit and Rayner is out. But we still have Ryan in the front. Got a good little 2 wide there behind him with Musati and Eisenman. Ben Mashburn not giving up on the race in that number 23 Air Jordan Mustang. Eisenman is getting tricky there. Looks like you had Ben Mashburn take that second position from him. Now we've got 10 laps to go here in Pocono. Speed Racing League giving us some good racing, as they always do. Got a good little bit of single file. These guys are not battling it out at the moment. Maybe they're waiting a little bit to, see if they can get an inch. Because if they can get a window, they will try to take up another position on the board. Musati has fell back to 5th position, with Matt Cherry almost on his rear bumper. My apologies. And it looks like Dingler has about a half a second lead over Ben, with Eisenman right behind him. Looks like they're about to battle it out for the second position. Let's see if Eisenman can keep it. And it looks like he did. Now let's check and see if we can see anything exciting going on. As of right now, exciting is Ben Mashburn. He has let Eisenman take that second position and get a little bit of a lead on him. Now he has Christopher Darling in the number 11 Max Graphics right behind him. Is he going to overtake him as well? We will see. But we have 7 laps to go here in Pocono. Wonder if everything is okay with Mashburn's car. Musati is back there right next to the 48 of Matt Cherry. They are battling it out for the 5th position. And it looks like Chris Darling went ahead and got back in behind Ben. Ryan Dingler still taking that lead and running with it. Eisenman coming up on him, trying to take that first spot away. Let's see what can happen. Now, we do have 7 laps to go, so there's plenty that can happen in 7 laps. All right, so exciting is Ben Mashburn at 23. You got number 48 of Matt Cherry right behind him, along with the 49 of Musati. You got Barrett Morton coming up to see if he can snag a position away. You got two sections of 2 wide racing right here. Eisenman is gaining a little bit on the leader of Dingler. Now they are about a 1/10 of a second behind right now, so they Drew Eisenman at number 77 is trying to overtake, see if he can pull it off. But Ryan has got a good little blocking strategy going on. And Chris Darling has even brought his car up, so he is still in the running for it as well. Now behind them, looks about to be 2 seconds back, you got Matt Cherry, along with Ben Mashburn, Anthony Musatti, Barrett Morton, Robert Anderson. So we are in the final stretch here in Pocono. 4 laps to go. Now, it looks like these guys are getting into a rhythm. I wonder if they're going to be able to pull anything out of the hat tonight. But we still got a little bit of a battle. Musatti and Mashburn. And it looks like Barrett Morton at number 19 might be trying to pass him. He has. He's got the number 6 spot from Musatti. But Anthony has got a good bit of skill. And let's see if he can pull anything. Just when you thought Mashburn was going to try to take over that spot, 4th position from Matt Cherry, he was not able to. He fell back into line. Looks like back with the 19 of Barrett Morton, you got Robert Anderson in the number 5 Cornflakes. Looks like he is good. We got 2 laps to go. Ryan Dingler is still got our first spot. All right, now we are going just about to our final lap. So this is Beer Street Journal's last call. Let's keep an eye on our race here. You still got the number 8 of Ryan Dingler, Drew Eisenman in number 77 right there in second, along with Christopher Darling finishing up the podium. But these guys look to be in a battle for that first spot. They all want it. They're all hungry. But who is going to take the gold here in Pocono tonight? Looks like it might be Mr. Dingler. We will find out. Eisenman and Christopher Darling are not giving up that easily. Oh, looks like Eisenman and Darling are side by side. Oh, Dingler took the win tonight, with Darling in second place, Eisenman in third. Give us a second. We will have our final results up. But we do have the number 8, Ryan Dingler, Hex Armor Camaro, taking the win tonight in Pocono. Now, this has definitely been the tricky triangle. Little bit of control issues. But these guys definitely handled it like champs and knocked it out of the park. This was a good race by our guys here in the Speed Racing League. All right, let us go up to our first position. Looks like Ryan Dingler pulled out first. Christopher Darling very close in second. Drew Eisenman in third. Matt Cherry in fourth. Anthony Musatti in fifth. Ben Mashburn in sixth. Robert Anderson in seventh. Barrett Morton in eighth. Stan Hausman in 9th. Devin Pirog rounding out the top 10. Michael Mooney in 11th. Josh Emerson in 12th. Mark McFadden in 13th. Martin Plute in 14th. Tim Branson in 15th. Doug Milner in 16th. Mike Morkrid in 17th. Carlton Charles in 18th. Josh McDougall in 19th. Dylan Smith in 20th. Anthony Rayner in 21st. Grant Peterson in 22nd. And TJ Allman rounding out the race in 23rd. I'm going to go ahead and bring our guys up. All right, guys. Well, we are in our final interview, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up Drew Eisenman, who is our third place finisher. Hey, Drew, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
How you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, good. Not happy with third, but podium nonetheless. I
Well,
guess.
it was a podium finish. That was a close battle between you and Chris Darling at the final second. But both of you guys, you did good, man. That was some good racing from you guys tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I just I think I put a little too much rear brake in behind Ryan because just getting tight, aero wash like these cars tend to do. And as soon as Chris got to my back bumper, I should have kicked it a couple notches forward. And I just didn't have the drive off that I had. I was so much better than Ryan on the exit of one before Chris caught us. And as soon as he did, it felt like it packed a bunch of air under the car. And all of a sudden, I kind of needed to drive it different, and I didn't have enough laps to kind of figure it out. So Ryan did a good job. I had one opportunity when he made like basically a move under braking. I probably should have put the bumper then. I'm not a big fan of that, but he didn't make a mistake. And I wasn't assertive enough, so he deserved it.
Well, and that sometimes you just got to put it all on the line. But like I said, everybody's proud of you. You did real good. You're always been a good racer with the Speed Racing League. So you have all the shout outs you want to give. Do you have anybody in mind?
Good, except last week. I've not ever, I don't think ever had a race go as poorly from pole as that race did. But this was a lot of fun tonight. Pocono's weird, but yeah, thanks to Chris for putting this whole thing together. It's always fun in the Discord with those guys. They have a pretty good time. Yeah, and we worked hard together. He was trying to push me up there, but it was a fun little drag race to the line. Second, third doesn't matter. So yeah, fun racing with Chris. Fun racing with Ben, Martin, Stan, all those guys. Thanks to Beer Street Journal, Max Graphics, all of our supporters for making this league possible, and you guys for putting this on. Have fun watching this thing again tomorrow.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoy it, and we will see you next week in Richmond.
Thanks.
All right. Now we are going to talk to our second place and Mr. Max Graphics himself. Chris Darling, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, sir. So second place. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So, hey, did you have what was your strategy out there tonight? Like I say, you and Eisenman, were neck and neck right there, and right before the line, you took second from him. Like that was impressive.
Yeah, this track's pretty big on the drafting train, so you can't really pull out too early on. If you do, you kind of get left behind. So I knew my chance at winning being in third was pretty low at that point. So I thought I'd just try to draft with Drew and try to get him as close to Ryan as I could, and hope either something happened between them or one of them slipped up and then I could make a move. But yeah, I was just kind of waiting and hoping something else happened. Not a lot you could do with the draft, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I knew going into three, if I got on the brakes a little earlier, that maybe Drew was going to send it in harder trying to get to Ryan. So let off early and just got a big run off and was able to take second.
All right. Well, I'm sure you're proud of yourself. That was definitely a good race. Second place, being on the podium, gives you all the shout outs you want to give. Do you have anybody in mind tonight?
Definitely gotta give a big shout out to Beer Street Journal sponsoring the league. Twisted Steel Steak Appeal, Max Graphics, everybody that shows up every week. You guys broadcasting the race, obviously, and yeah, just want to give a big thanks to everybody in my team channel. We do a great job working together every week while we're on the track, so it's always a team effort.
All right. Well, hey, how do you feel next week about Richmond?
I'm not sure. I'm usually pretty fast there. It's definitely a track you gotta take care of your tires, but I guess that's every track on iRacing right now. I don't know, man. I got a lot of really good guys in here that are pretty fast, and I'm sure they'll all be just as competitive. So it's gonna be tricky, but I'm hoping we can sort of fight for a top five and maybe even a win.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, man. We will see you next week. We'll let you get back up there and, heck, let you celebrate.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. Now, here is Mr. Ryan Dingler. Ryan, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy? Ryan, can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, good to
Pulled that
go.
out there for a minute.
Not a problem. Well, man, you took the tricky triangle and you tamed it, brother. So you were kind of a runaway and you got first position, man. So what was your strategy?
I was kind of worried at the beginning, well, in practice, because I didn't quite have a handle on it, and finally learned my breaking points and stuff. And then me and Moose just tried to stay together there at the beginning and try to time some restarts so we could get ahead of some people. And eventually, I had to try to get around Moose because his draft was making me arrow tight, and I kept getting close to hitting the wall, and I'd lose on nearly lost second place, and I ended up losing some spots. And so once I finally got a run, I just kind of took it to his inside and tried to keep it from there on, and it just happened to end up working. Once Drew started catching me, I kind of started to freak out a little bit because I knew he was faster than me overall. I did throw a few blocks. I hope he's not too mad at me about it, but um, once I started nailing the bus stop, or not bus stop, once I started nailing the tunnel turn there towards the end, I was able to distance a little bit to where I could finish, trying to stay ahead of him. I was hoping that him and Darling would start racing and it would help me pull away, but it ended up working out anyway.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. Like I said, we were watching very intently there on those final stretches, man, and we were wondering if anybody was going to be able to take you, but they just couldn't keep up.
I wouldn't say they couldn't keep up. Like I said, Drew was definitely catching me. He caught me from ways back. He ran the fastest lap of the race. I'm pretty sure, like a 53.6.
Believe
So, I
he
mean,
did, yes.
he had a very fast car, and I knew if I ever let him get around me that he'd be gone, and there'd be nothing I could do. So I did everything I could just to keep him at bay. But I don't know. At the end there, he was a little faster, but not quite enough to make a move without me getting in his way. So I wouldn't say he couldn't catch me. He definitely could catch me. Just getting around me I was making it difficult for him.
Well, he even said that you didn't do anything wrong. He gave you kudos for that. Um, but it was a tricky track. You guys definitely did good. Got some good racing in it. Do you have any shout outs? Your top dog tonight, so all the shout outs you want.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first I'd like to, thank Chris for putting this whole thing on. This is one of the best leagues I've been in a long time. A lot of fun. But also, Moose, he helped me out on some of these restarts. We kind of timed it so we could get ahead of, I could get ahead of second place. I don't know if that's frowned upon or anything, but it's part of it. So we timed it a little bit, being teammate.
Well, and that's
And
part of
then,
racing.
Yeah, and that's part of racing. And shout out to Grant. I mean, he had a rough night. He was fast, and those slower cars pulled some strategy there, and it got Grant kind of shuffled back, and then he ended up getting taken out because of it. And so I feel bad for him. So shout out to him for hanging in there and hanging out with us even afterwards for a little while and chatting. And shout out to my buddy Holden, who's thinking about coming over here and joining us, but we'll see about that.
Well, if he can bring some wins, we hope to see him. So how do you feel?
He definitely will.
How do you feel about Richmond next week?
I love Richmond, but I'm a short track racer, so I'm kind of excited. I'll have to try to beat the same guys every week. Like there's always the same really fast guys, so I'll have to try to figure out how to keep up or hold off Drew and Chris like every week. So I'm excited about it. I like short tracks.
All right. Well, we're excited to see you guys, see what you guys can pull next week. So we'll let you get back up to your guys, man. You have a good night and enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we've still got 7 viewers out there with us watching. That is our race for this evening. Now, that was Pocono. These guys definitely did some good racing out here, and I cannot wait till next week to check them out in Richmond. So, this is the Speed Racing League from Pocono. My name is Mark with Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I hope you guys have a good night, a great weekend, and God bless.